dream I had. Actually, I've had the dream twice now. So this is why I had to make the video. The second I had the second dream, I woke up, I had to make a video about it. I just couldn't not make a video about it. I had to talk about it. I see an asteroid hitting the Earth, and this is not like a small asteroid. I am above like the United States, the southern United States, and I see this asteroid from outer space coming, and it hits somewhere down in the water close to Mexico. It might be the Gulf of Mexico. And the second it hit the Earth, I woke up. I just knew, like, wow, this is not going to be. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It was so clear. You ever have a dream and you wake up and you're just like, whoa, and you think you're about to fall off a cliff or something? It was that. It was so strong. I think that this is I think that it's something like a higher source telling me something, because like I've never had a dream that was that intense, and I've never had this feeling of having to talk about something like that. It was so scary. It's really hard to explain how scary it was. I wasn't just scared for myself, I was scared for everybody. One of the worst feelings I've ever had. It was terrifying. And I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I had to make this video. It's 30 days until 2020.
And last night, Monday, August 24th, I saw a calendar. It was turning the month of November. It had shadows flickering all over it. I saw this light in the sky, a big light, very large, bright light, and then darkness. And then I began to make out like a morning. It was morning, and the night was going away, and the fog and the haze were drifting away. And I saw there were many Americans, and they were in like an emergency shelter. I'm not for sure, but it seemed to me it was more along the Gulf Coast area. These people were huddled together, and they were shivering. There were individuals laying on cots, and there were suitcases all over the place, and a lot of desperate looks on the faces of most everyone. There were encouragers in the crowd, though, and they all were wearing crosses. And they stood out emotionally from everyone else because they seemed to have hope. They had smiles on their face. Everybody else was just downtrodden in despair, angry, frustrated, confused. And they were checking on people. They were trying to show patience and kindness, but at times they were met with anger and told to go away. But the encouragers just kept doing what they were doing in spite of the manifested upset of several in the shelters. And I saw businesses that were shuttered in the bigger cities. I saw gas stations that looked like just people just walked away from them. And I saw headlines, and one read, "Shock and Awe in the U.S." And one read, "UN steps in to help host nation." And the nation was quiet. There wasn't war or riots or people fighting or screaming or yelling. The nation was quiet, almost like it had not awoken from a bad dream yet. That's what I was kind of sensing. The nation was fitful. It was suspicious. It was leery. I saw people just quietly looking around and taking everything in with their eyes. Hesitant. It's very like they were expecting something to happen. And the sun was shining behind the clouds, but it was not out yet. And then the white figure appeared again. And he said, "Remain braced as this calm comes before a gathering storm that recovery will have a hard time finding." Remain braced as this calm comes before a gathering storm that recovery will have a hard time finding.
I had a dream. I was very disturbing last night. I dreamed that I was home. And then I saw that they made a terrible announcement, emergency announcement, that everyone had to hit high ground. We all had to hit high ground. First, this is what happened. I saw an asteroid hit the coast of Florida, mostly like on the west side. But this asteroid was the size of 2 buses, like 2 giant buses. And it hit the water. As soon as it hit the water, we had like no more than 30 minutes to evacuate. No more than that. I saw little children getting out of buses. They've already set for them to come home early. You've already, and when you saw the kids, the first thing you saw was the flood already coming. Like we had a tsunami hit us. As soon as that asteroid hit the water, a tsunami came. And that wasn't the only asteroid, by the way. There was another asteroid from that smaller asteroid, a bigger asteroid. And I think that bigger asteroid was heading towards either the same ocean, because I saw 2 tsunamis hit Florida. 2 of them hit Florida. But I know I heard something about the California coast also. The Pacific coast was also getting hit by the bigger asteroid. So I don't know if I don't know how it went, because all I saw was the ocean water rose really high up, and I would say it was like 20 feet high. I can remember it was like 20 feet high, and you could just see the water coming really, really quickly, and you could see people trying to drive up, but the traffic was so jammed. People were just getting flooded. People started going high up these hotels, these really high apartments and stuff like that, because the water was coming in super fast. And it looked like, like how those typhoons would hit, how they would just come gushing in, like gushing in like that. That's how it was coming. And it was just crazy. And the thing is, the government knew about the asteroid, and they let it hit us. They allowed it to hit us. I don't know. I saw, like, it was like I was putting in a room where I saw the, government people was talking, and they were like, let's just let this happen. They said that. They said, let's just let this happen. And that's when they allowed it to hit us. But it was crazy, because when it was coming, nobody knew it was coming. No one knew it was coming. No one knew. Not even they saw it coming. But when they saw it coming, they just said, let it happen. Just let it happen. But somehow it was broken in 2. So I don't know who broke it in 2, or if they did it, if it broke off in 2 when it came in our atmosphere or whatever, but it did break in 2, and it went 2 separate oceans. The Atlantic / Gulf and the Pacific. So it was just crazy. And I could see a lot of people crying for their lives and trying to save themselves. Many people was missing. There was so many people missing, and so many people had already drowned. Yes, so many people had already drowned, and I could just remember calling my kids and looking for them, and they didn't drown or anything like that. They had already went up to a higher ground, thank God. But I was just watching other children in their buses and people coming from work, and it was just bad. It was just really, 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 really bad. And then I saw myself stuck at work. I'm not really working or anything like that, but in this dream I was working, and I know, I'm just telling you what I was something I used to do back in the days and stuff like that. So I saw myself doing a fashion show as a runway model or whatever, and I was doing some kind of fashion show. And when we heard about the tsunami coming, the second wave was coming. First, we were so high up, the water didn't affect it, but we saw the water everywhere, covered the whole land. Like we didn't have any land to walk in because the water covered everywhere. So it was a good thing that we were high up. And I remember us being in a store, in a hotel or whatever, somewhere in Miami. And I don't live in Miami. I live way up there in West Palm Beach area. But I was in Miami in this dream, and it was crazy because I was like trying to, I was trying to get to my kids. I knew they were safe, but I wanted to be with my kids. I didn't want to be there with all these women. And I remember me and one of the one of the leaders had a fight or whatever, and she was upset because something to do with a necklace I had. I'm just telling you this truth. I had this necklace, and in the necklace, they all had the same necklace, every last one of them. But my necklace was the number 30. I guess my ring was a number 30. And she was shocked because she was like 35 or whatever. And she was like, how is she so close to mine? And she just started working like 2 months ago. And that's what she said. How is she so close? How did she get up there like that? So when she took my necklace, I was very upset. I'm not sure what the necklace had to do with anything like that, but I was able to get my necklace back. And it was like, and when I got it back, it became a ring instead of a necklace. I don't know how that happened, but I'm just telling you. And as soon as I put that ring in my finger, something weird happened. She looked at my belly button. I don't know. I don't think I want to put this in the dream, but some type of light started spiraling in my belly button. And then when the second wave hit, because we had like 2 waves of tsunami that hit us, the second wave hit, the spiral that was the white light spiral that was circling around my belly, started circling all around my belly. First it started around my belly button, then it hit my entire belly button. My whole belly button was full of light. I don't know. I just want to add that on there. It was just full of light. Bright light was just circling around my belly button, my whole belly. So that was crazy, and that was interesting. And then we were, I remember them, oh man. Yeah, the government had militaries all over the streets afterwards. It was just really bad because people were robbing, stealing, all kinds of stuff. So, you had to, they had to declare martial law, and nobody was able to leave their home. Nobody was able to go anywhere because it was dangerous. The water was poisoned afterwards. Yeah, the water became very, very poisoned. And I don't know, it was just not safe for anyone to be outside or out there. And I really wanted to find my kids. And I was able to communicate with them through some kind of walkie-talkie, or I don't know. But I called them and I told them to stay put wherever they were, and I was going to come find them. And they were higher up. So I had to go look for my kids, and I wanted to get out of there. And it was like, no, you should stay here because it's safer here. And I was like, I don't know. And I heard something about a second wave was coming, and the second wave that was coming was supposed to be huge, and it was supposed to basically, and I saw it as I saw the second wave coming. It looked like it was going to cover even the highest buildings that was there, and I could recall me going into a helicopter, and then I woke up.